The first section is the low cards. There's a lot of these ones. You can see the frequency down at the bottom with the number of dots. So the 1, 2s, and 3s, the low cards, there's lots of them. And the 3 card is only used in the 6-player game. The next section of cards are the medium cards, 4 through 10. And there's only 3 of each of these. Then let's talk about the apex cards, or the highest cards. There's only 1 of each of these, and these are the numbers 11 through 16. Lastly, we'll talk about the 3 special cards, which are the Oxpecker, the Vampire Bat, and the Baby. And those are the cards. Let's take a look at a couple of example rounds of Kingdom Come. So in this scenario, we are a teammate. This teammates sit across from each other, and we're playing against these 2. So we'll call ourselves the red team, and these guys will be the blue team. And if I was the first, let's pretend that this person dealt, so I'm the first person to go to the left of the dealer. I play a 2. And right now, our team is winning because I have the highest score, but now they play a 7. So the blue team has played a 7. My partner comes in with a 5. With a 1, this is the lowest. This is the card that wins, it's 7. So we take all these cards and you play them face down. And now this goes next to this person because they're the ones that win, so they start the next trick. So no one scored points yet. We've only done 1 of the 3 tricks. And this team gets to lead because they won. So let's say they come out with a 6. And my partner plays a 2, and let's say my other opponent plays a 5, and now I'm going to take this one with a 12 because 12 is the highest. So now take all these and we put them face down. So we won a trick and they won a trick. So it all comes down to this third round of who's going to score points. So I put my 8, 2, 1, 2. My 8 was the highest. So we took the first trick. We also took the second trick. So my teammate and I win. That's how a normal round would work. Let's talk about raising the value of a round. This is how it works. By default, each round is only worth 1 point. But there are certain actions, like challenging the other team by lifting up a token, that can potentially raise the value of each round. The other thing is a Blue Jay card, which automatically drops one of these value tokens. It will raise the value of the round automatically. But let's talk about the scenario where one team challenges the other team. So at any given time when I'm holding my cards, right before I play, at any time right before you play your card, that's when you can do this. And basically what you do is you lift it up and you can say the word on it, climb! And you challenge your opponents by showing this card to them. Now they have 3 options. The first option is they can say, no, I don't want to. And they don't want to raise the value of the round. Maybe they don't have very good cards and they run away. Now, when they run away, the value of the round is just 1. They have not accepted the raise. And so the round would end. The opponents don't get to see the rest of their cards. We don't finish out the round. And my team, because we raised the challenge and they ran away from it, we would automatically get 1 point. So that's option number 1, is they run away. Option number 2 is they accept. So in this scenario, let's say we're playing, maybe we're in the second trick, and I am feeling pretty good, and I go, boom, climb. The other team then says, okay, I want to see, let's do it. I want to see what cards you have. So I put the climb token on the table to show that this round is now worth 2 points. We play out the rest of the round just like normal, and then whoever wins would not just win 1 point, but they would win 2 points. So we've talked about running away. The other thing we've talked about is accepting. And the last scenario that can happen with these tokens is to continue to raise. So let's say, same thing, we're playing, I'm feeling pretty good, I say climb. And immediately my opponent was like, this was just the chance I was waiting for. They immediately grab this and they say higher. Now, we put the climb token because when they raise this next token, we automatically agree to put this one on the table. So we've automatically agreed that no matter what happens, there will be at least 2 points awarded. And when they challenge us to higher, now we have the exact same 3 options. We could run away, and if we run away, say, oh no, I don't want to go any higher, let's just run away. Then my opponent's team would automatically get 2 points. Right now, if we ran away, we would add points to the dial, and that's how that would go if they ran away.
if we ran away. The other option is we could say we accept, and then our opponent would put this down, and now we've accepted. There's no more raising, or there's no more bidding trying to get the value of this round any higher, because we've already done our bidding and betting. And now we would play out the rest of the round, and whoever wins get 4 points. And the last option is, you guessed it, we could go even again. We could say, let's go to number 8. We could go even higher, and they could go to 12. So every time one of these challenge tokens is raised, the other team has those 3 options: to run away, to accept, or to raise up the next challenge token until you get to 12. So it's very possible, in the very first round, everyone got 3 cards, someone's feeling confident, climb, higher, let's go, wild! And then you could end an entire game with just 1 round, with just 3 cards, who won the best 2 out of 3, and then you would put one of these little jewels on the card, and then that round would be over, and the game would be over because someone got all the way to 12 points, and then of course you would want to play some more Kingdom Con because it's really fun. So you would go another time around.
Okay, now let's go over an example of a round of play where there's some raising. So let's say, as a start, I can see that I have some pretty high cards. I have a 9 and a 13, which are pretty good. So I'm already starting to think, hey, this might be a good turn to raise in. So let's say I start out my first card, I play this 2. Because I know I've got some high cards, maybe I'll wait and see what happens the first couple of tricks before I play that. They play 1, so our team is still winning. The red team is winning. My teammate also throws a low card. They do a 1. And at this point, the blue team, my opponent's team, is actually feeling pretty confident because we've both shown a moth and a spider. Those are really low. So they take this with a 6. Okay? Now, that's 1 trick for our opponents, and we have 0, so they're winning. So they play this moth, and now I'm feeling pretty good that we could actually win this. And so I'm going to raise up this climb token, and I'm going to challenge my teammates. I'm going to say, hey, let's raise the value of this round. And they're going to look at this and say, well, we've already won 1 trick, so we will accept. And so they choose to accept. So we put the climb token out here. So now this round is going to be worth 2 points. So now we play it out. I know I have to win, so I'm going to play my high card. I'm going to play my 13. They don't have really anything. So what they're going to do is they're actually going to play this 2 card. They're going to play that face down like that. And what this means is like 0. It's nothing. It doesn't count. No one gets to see it. And my opponent, they also don't need to. I'm winning with this 13, so they can go face down also. So now we leave these face down. We flip it all over. I played the 13, so I have 1. So they won 1 trick. We've won 1 trick, and this round is worth 2 points. We can't do any further betting because we've already agreed on the value of this round. It's already gone up. Now I won this trick, so I play my 9. They play their 5, 8, 5. This 9 was the highest, so the round ends with me getting 2 tricks. So our team won 2 tricks, so we win, and we get 2 points. So then we can add 2 points to the dial for the red team. We would spin this to give us 2 points. And that's what it looks like when you raise the value and the other team accepts. Okay, let's do another example where we're going to raise the value of the round. Or at least challenge to raise the value of the round. So let's say I don't have a really great hand. Let's say I start out with my 1, and this team, they come out with this 13, really strong, or right away, they're starting to win. My teammate, they don't have anything that can beat this 13, and so they're gonna put their lowest card face down, like this. And then this person knows they also don't need to win because this 13's winning, so they would put their card face down also, because they want to put their lowest card face down because they know they're not going to beat the 13. They don't want to give any hints about their hand. So our opponents have won because they had that strong 13. So we take these cards, you leave them without seeing them, and they've already won 1. Now, let's say this team is ready to go next because they took the trick. So they play this 2, and right now we're feeling okay because we play the 5, and then this person over here raises up the token and says, hey, let's take the value of the round higher. My teammate and I know that we've got basically nothing that is worth very much, and so we would just immediately fold. So we fold our cards, And this is not accepted. We can't put it down the table. We just leave it back over here. And then right away, the blue team scores only 1 point because we did not accept the 2, so we would move them over to 1. And that's how an example would look like when the other team, when a team folds, then you do not get the value of the raise token. Okay, let's do another example round where we're gonna use the raise tokens. So I start out with this 2, and this team is going to play something high right away. They're gonna play their 13, and they are going to start winning. We can't beat that because 12 is lower than 13. So my teammate is gonna play face down. They're just gonna play a 5 face down. And this team, they know they don't need to win that, so they're gonna go face down also. So the 13 is 1, so we'll take these and we'll put these ones over here. So this team is 1-1, but we're actually feeling pretty good because we've got some good cards. And so this person raises the token and they say, hey, let's climb. And we're feeling good, so we not only say accept, but then we grab this 4 and say, we're gonna go even higher, let's go higher. And this team has the option to accept that. Let's say they do, so they accept. They don't go any higher than that, so now the whole round is gonna be worth 4 points. So because this was the person that challenged to raise it higher, they need to go. They still won the last trick, so they need to go first. So they play the 2, we play the 12, then this point play the lowest card face down, and I know I don't need to play my 15 because we're already winning, so I put my other card face down, and then that was, we leave that face down, and we give this to them. And now both teams have won 1 trick. No one's scored points yet, but we're both even because they won the trick. They play this card. They're winning with a 9. They're feeling pretty good, but I come in with the 15, and we win because I played the 15. We both won 2 out of the 3 tricks, and it worth 4 points. So I would come to this red side of the token and spin the dial, give our team 4 additional points. So that's what it looks like when a challenge is not only accepted, but you raise. Let's talk about the special cards in Kingdom Come. The first one that I'll mention is the Ant Swarm, which is basically when both you and your partner, if you play these 2 ants together, it's equal a 10.5. In other words, it's higher than the Fox card, which is a 10, and lower than this Anglerfish card, which is an 11. So this is a powerful combination that can be used to win a lot of rounds. This, I should mention, in the 4-player game is 2 ants. When you're in the 6-player game, so there's 3 people on a team, you need 2 ants and 1 moth in order to take the same effect, to make that insect swarm. Blue Jay is another special card. The Blue Jay loves to fly. Every time a Blue Jay is played face up, you automatically drop one of the challenge tokens that raises the value of the round. No matter what token is already on the table, you will always drop 1 more if a Blue Jay is played. So if 2 Blue Jays are played, then that would mean that you would keep adding these tokens. There's no debate, no arguing. That's just what happens when a Blue Jay comes out. Another special card is the Oxpecker card. So what the Oxpecker card does is it adds 3 to whatever your teammates have. So if my teammate had a 1, for example, then it would be 3 plus 1. It'd be that card. It would be as if that card was a 4. And that applies to, in the 6-player game, it would apply to both of your teammates. The 3 gets added to both of them. Another special card is the Vampire Bat card. The Vampire Bat card subtracts 3 from all of your opponent's cards. So if your opponent was showing a 10, you play this, and let's say that both of your opponents had really high cards. Let's say they had both a 10 and the 11. When you play this Vampire Bat, it subtracts 3. This one is as if it's a 7, and this one is as if it's an 8. So that's a very powerful special card. But let's see some of the special cards in action. So I'm going to start with a 12, and I'm winning, but my opponent plays a 10, which would not normally beat the 12. My partner plays a 2, and then this -3 comes out and takes my 12 all the way down to a 9. So this team ends up winning because 12 minus 3 equals 9. So they take the first trick. That's how the -3 card works. For the second trick, so they play a 2. My team plays an 8, a 2, and then I'm going to play this face down because I'm already winning with the 8. So now we take all these cards, put them face down, and now it's 1 and 1. Both teams have 1 trick. So I play this 14. And now the opposing team plays this 16. And they're feeling really good because they feel like they're winning. Now, what my partner will probably do is they'll probably, because they know that we can win. My partner has this +3 plus the 13 is going to beat this 16. So they raise this challenge token, and the other team says, "Okay, great, accept." So now we're playing for 2 points because they think they're going to win. But this +3 adds 3 plus 14 to my 16, and then this goes face down. It doesn't even matter. And so we end up winning because 3 plus 14 is 17, so we beat the 16. And then we would take these 2 points and we would add them to our red side of the board. So that's how the +3 and -3 work. Okay, let's do another round with 2 more special rules with the baby and also with the blue jay. So let's say in this scenario that our teammate, our opponents are going first. They play this 15, and we play our 12. So normally the 15 would be beating the 12, but we'll see what happens in just a second. The 6, when the 6 played, you always drop this no matter what, and now no discussion, it just goes. We still have the chance to raise it if we want later. Now I'm going to take this baby, I'm going to place this baby down. I can choose any of these cards and make them take it back. If I pointed this one, they could take it back and you would put this here, and then they would have to put another card out. But we're not going to do that for right now. So we're going to leave that here. I'm going to play this baby and I'm going to say, hey, take back that octopus. So they take back the octopus, and then they have to put down some other card. In this case, they would probably put this card, and they'd probably put it face down, just like that. So now, because the 15 is out, now we have this 12. In my team, we take this trick, we leave that one face down, and we play out the round normally. So this one plays a 2, they're winning with an 8, I've only got a 2, and then they take it with the 15. So now they have 1 trick and 1 trick. And now let's say they play this 5, and my team plays this 8. So we're winning. And then let's say this person could then choose to climb or go higher, but they don't. They probably won't because they know they have a really weak card. 1. Now I could do that. I could raise it, but they would probably just fold because let's say I do it. I say, okay, let's go even higher. And this other team knows like we're already winning, so there's no point in doing it. So they just fold and we get the 2 points. Okay, let's do one more example. We're gonna show the insect swarm in example. So I start with an 8, I'm winning. Let's say they play a 5, so I'm still winning. They're gonna go face down like this. My 8 is still winning, but then this 9 comes in and takes it. So we're gonna flip all these, face over, 9. So they've won 1 trick. They come out with a 2, which is pretty weak. I match it with my 2, and then 1, and then my partner plays a 5, so we won the 2nd trick. So now it's 1 for each team has 1. Now we play an insect, which is great, this ant, and then they play, there's 10. So 10 would normally be way higher than this, but because these 2 ants go together, they are equal to 10.5, so they beat this one, so we take the 2nd trick. That's how a swarm works. Okay, the next thing that we're going to talk about is ties. So let's say I play this 10, and my opponent also plays a 10, so we're tied. This one is worth nothing, so they're going to go face down, and they're probably going to play their lowest card, which is this 5, which is worth nothing. So now we're tied, so both teams have taken 1. So 1 trick for both of us. No one scored points yet, but we both got a trick. So I play my 5, they play their 9. This comes out with a 2, and now at this point it doesn't matter because the 8 is less than 9, so they're just going to go face down, and that's it. The game is over because both teams won 1 trick on the first round, and because they won this 2nd trick, yeah, that's it. Game over. The blue team would add up points because we both got that first trick, and then the 2nd trick counts for this team, so they win best of 2, and that's it. They win. That's how a tie works. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is passing cards. So before every single round, you are going to pass cards to your teammate. A good strategy is to either give your highest card or maybe an ant if you know that you can do together can do an ant swarm. So in this example, I'm going to grab my ant, I'm going to pass it to my teammate, signaling that I have another ant and we should try and do a swarm at some point during the round. And my teammate is probably going to pass to me their highest card, which is this 15. Now I know that we have a 15 and an ant swarm, so that's a really good signal for our team. That should be really strong cards. The other team, they'll probably just pass their highest card, which is in this case a 12, And this other player, they can choose, and generally they can pass a special card or their highest card. In this case, they pass the baby card over. And this is something, like I said, we do this every single round. That's for the 4-player game. In the 6-player game, you just take one card and pass it to your teammate on the left.
So one note on the Rhino card is that you are adding this to your partner's card. So who starts after that trick is taken? Well, it's whoever played the card that this just added to. So that person would still start the trick, not the person who played the Oxpecker Rhino card. At any point in the game, you can play your cards face down. This is a very strategic move that doesn't give any information to your opponents about what kind of cards you have in your hand. When might this be useful? Well, let's say in the case that you had 3 very high cards. You won the first trick with your high card. And then during the second trick, you don't want to win. You want the other team to win so that they have confidence, because you want them to feel really good about themselves. You want them to have confidence so that in the third round, you know that you're going to raise one of these raise tokens. You're going to bring this up and try and challenge and raise the value of the round. You want them to have confidence enough to say, yes, let's raise it. So you may play your second card. Even though you could win on the second round, you may play that second card face down just to build up their confidence, so that on the third round, you can raise this and they're like, yeah, we already won one of the 2 tricks. And then, yeah, let's go for it. So that's why you would play face down. Let's talk about a few strategies for Kingdom Come. One of them is that it's a good idea to always pass your highest card to your teammate so that you know how strong your hands are. Another strategy is to try and win the first trick. This is helpful in the case there's a tie. What happens when you tie in Kingdom Come? When you tie, it's actually like both teams get a trick. And so the second round, or the second trick, whoever wins that second trick would then win the entire round. So that means it's actually pretty important to win the first trick, because if you tie on the second or third trick, the tie will always go to the team that took the first. Another strategy is to try and lose the second trick if you won the first trick. Win the first trick, lose the second trick, let them have confidence, so then you can come in on the third trick and you might have a good chance at raising the value of the round with one of the raising tokens, and they might accept it.